Om Shanti. Good evening. How's everyone doing? Good. Okay. So, do we know the topic today? So, the topic today is invest in yourself, right? So, how do we invest in ourselves? And what do we invest? That is the question. In the world, when we say this is a good investment, what does that mean? Investment is something where we use the money that as a resource that we have, and we use and put it aside into some project to make some sort of profit. That is an investment. And why do we make an investment? Even for money, if we make one, so that our resource, which is money, can grow, that can become higher in magnitude, so we can have more security from it. Two, if there is any need or any time when there is a rainy day, we can use that investment for ourselves. So that's a sort of a cushion that we use. So for many reasons, we do invest. But coming on to invest in yourself. So how do I invest in myself? When I invest money out there, I am investing in myself. I use that money for myself. So how is that different from a spiritual investment? So if I think about my day, right, I invest in money so that I can have a secure future for myself and my family, and that is important. If I spend time with my family, that's also an investment in my relationships, so I can have, I can be happy in those relationships. If I invest in education, that again is an investment. So all these places where I invest, I'm investing outside. Now, have I ever thought of investing for my mental health or my emotional well-being, right? Whenever we talk about investment, or even we talk about, invest in yourself, or words like self-care, we all start talking about physical well-being. We say, oh, I exercise, I have to go to the doctor's office, I got this checked, that checked, this is right, heart is working fine. So all these things are working for a physical well-being. But mental well-being or emotional well-being is not very well understood, I could say, or we don't take much care of it, right? Even if we work so hard, we go to work, we do so much to earn money, we work so hard for our relationships, everything we do for them, right? And yet sometimes, despite going to work, we may not like our job. Despite investing that much time in our relationships, they might not be that healthy, right? So it is a possibility. Despite doing all that, it's not okay. And when all those things, or even one of those things, is not okay, what happens? My mind is not okay, right? I start to worry, I start to feel depressed, I get frustrated. So, and why that happens in the first place? Because the first thing that we needed to take care of was our own mind. But because of not knowing it, not knowing that this is the first basic thing that I need to take care of, that it can be taken care of. It is something to be taken care of. We don't even know that we have to take care of our mind, right? If, say, suppose we are going about in our life very happily, we have everything, or in the last 20-30 years, the wealth for everyone has increased. If we look at it, for the majority of us, wealth has increased. Then if we look at the medical facilities that we have for healthcare in today's day and age, much more than what it used to be 20-30 years ago. We spend more, we have more diagnostic tests, we have more treatments. But is the health really better from what it was 20, 30 years ago? Right? It should be better because we are putting in so much. Yeah, we may be living longer, but is that with a quality of life? And leave everything on one side. Just talk about one aspect, which is sleep. It is so basic. Are we able to have a good night's sleep? Even if a little bit of worry comes, what happens? Immediately, my sleep is disturbed. I'm not able to sleep, or I wake up in the middle of night. How happy my life may be, but even one aspect in my life brings some sort of uncertainty, and that worry disrupts my sleep. My sleep is disturbed, my health is disturbed because my other indices of the body gets disturbed. My sleep is disturbed, my mood is definitely disturbed, and it affects my relationships, right? So now basically one feeling of worry affecting my sleep, then affecting my health, then affecting my relationships and all aspects of life. So in today's day and age, investing in myself or taking care of myself is really not a luxury. It is not like going to the gym, okay, I can do for 20 minutes. It's a necessity. It is something that is crucially important in this day and age, if we think about it. And some may think that taking care of ourselves is really selfish, because all our lives we have just given to others. We have just been doing things for others, whether it's our family, whether it's our known. We always keep doing, we're looking outside and keep doing things for others. We never really take time out for ourselves. We may think it is not right if I take time out for myself, because I am depriving others of that time. And I might not even give myself that much independence, or even give myself that much space to have some time for myself. And then I feel guilty that, oh, I could have done that. I might not even sit with myself or reflect for a few moments, right? That is why meditation, which is one of the tools of talking to my own self, listening to myself. Who will listen to me? Is there anyone in this world who will listen to me? Yeah, I will talk to somebody, they will listen for some time, they will answer, okay, yeah, maybe you should do this, you should do, but who is actually listening to me? I have to listen to myself. If I am not listening to myself, who is going to listen? In order to listen to myself, I have to give time to myself. So investing in myself, there is one aspect of when to invest, right? They say when to invest, when the market is down, that's the time to invest, that's the time. When the prices are down, that's the time to buy. If the prices are high, that's not the time to invest, right? In terms of spiritually, what is the right time to invest? When, in fact, when is the right time to invest? When is the time to invest? What do you think? If I want to invest in myself, if I want to, grow myself spiritually, if I want to nurture myself, when is that time? So in spiritual, there are certain spiritual principles, right, that will never fail. It's a principle, right? So it's a principle that if we work on it, it never fails. And one of the principle for time and our doing that is there, like, investing in ourselves, like we talk about, is now or never. So if I want to invest in myself, now is the time. It is not tomorrow, from tomorrow, 1 month later, or when this thing is over, when my job is different, then I will have some time. When my children will grow up, I will have time. No, that is not the time. That is postponing it. If I really want to invest in myself, if I really want to nurture myself, now is the time to do that. They say if you have a pure thought, do it right then. Why? Because then that thought will go away, and the strength that we can receive from that thought will be gone. They say in Hindi it's called Turant dan mahadan, meaning the moment you think about it, you do it right then. And when we do something right away, as we have a positive or a pure thought, it gives great benefit in it. There's huge benefit in it. And just by knowing that okay, if I have a thought, let me just do it right now. If I have a good thought for myself, let me just do it for myself. And in that, so many times we can use a power of promise. And what is a power of promise? Say, suppose I'm not able to give myself time. I'm frustrated. Nothing is working for myself. Everything in my life is going in the wrong direction. But I know one thing that I can do that will change things for me. At least they will start. One thing. But that is not my habit. Something that I change in my routine. Maybe I have to get up early. Maybe I have to start meditating. Maybe I have to sit with myself. Whatever it may be. Maybe I need to change a habit, right? Any small thing. It doesn't have to be big. But I realize, let me just change this. If I'm fed up of everything in my life, I can pick one thing that I can change in my life, and it will turn the life around. Because my focus will shift off from all the negativities that I am in, which I have no control over sometimes, but I can switch it towards my own benefit by switching that gear of determination and also moving on to take a step for myself, right? My total focus and concentration changes in my life. So time, as we know, is a very big asset. We all have it, and we can use that time for our benefit. And how do I use time in my benefit, right? What is the method? Do I start doing good things, good actions? Like people say, okay, if you want to invest in yourself, do good actions, do good for others, which is a very good thing. It's an act of generosity. But that's what we have been doing all our lives, no? It is not that we were bad human beings when we were earlier than listening to this talk. We were always doing good things, what we thought was right. So what was there that was missing, right? There is something there, the present that is there in front of me, someone said, is a fruit of thoughts from the past. And whatever thoughts I have today shapes my future, right? So what I missed was the thoughts and the intention behind it. Sometimes if I have worry over something, right? If I worry that what if something wrong happens here? But at the same time, I'm saying, no, everything will be good. Have faith. Everything will be good. What do you think? What will happen? I may still not be able to sleep. Why? Because the burden of worry is much greater than my 2 or 3 thoughts that everything is going to be fine. So what takes over? My burden of worry. Now how do now I know I need to have positive thoughts, but I'm not able to overcome it. So what do I do so that this burden of worry becomes small and my thoughts become powerful? How would my thoughts become powerful? How can I make my thoughts powerful? Right? We go in front of a saint or a very spiritually elevated person. They will not have many thoughts. Their thoughts are very powerful. Why? They are less. They don't have a lot of anxiety. They don't have anxiety. Right? What is anxiety? Anxiety is basically having a lot of negative thoughts. A lot, and a habit of forming those negative thoughts. It's not one day it is happening. It is every day, because I have done it so many times. I have created a habit of forming negative thoughts. So now if I invest in myself, I see myself, okay, that's my asset. I'm wasting it. Can I change it? Can I change it into positive? Can I try to change it? If not in a bigger situation, start to do it in smaller situations. And meditation is a very important tool in doing that. Why? Because in meditation, I am one, during meditation, I am aware of my thoughts because I'm sitting with that aim. In meditation, I'm sitting to clean my thoughts. So I'm just aware of my thoughts at that time. One, so mind cannot escape. Two, meditation is a technique. Meditation is a method, it's a process, it's a learning. So through that meditation, it cleanses me. When it cleanses me, automatically from that thinking, only cleaner thoughts emerge with time. Not overnight, but with time. The more cleansing happens within the soul through this meditation, then positive thoughts emerge because there is cleansing that has happened. Why there are negative thoughts? Because, okay, I say, no, everything will be good. And then a negative thought comes from what? What does a negative thought come from? A negative thought comes from a very strong negative feeling. They're connected. It could be from fear. Strong fear exists within me. And fear is nothing but a lack of courage. So when I sit in meditation, my courage increases because of the power of meditation. So automatically, I may not have those kind of thoughts, right? If I have a lot of hurt, it's from an attachment or false attachment. One is knowing, okay, yeah, it's a false attachment. Other is also knowing who I really am. And the third is having that conviction through meditation, right? It brings that conviction in meditation. Without meditation, if I just listen to an understanding, yes, it will help me 100%. It helps me and it broadens my view. But again, there will be spots where I'll be stuck because the inner cleansing hasn't been done. And that happens through the tool of meditation. And so if I say I don't have time for meditation, meaning I'm saying I don't have time for my own feelings. And when things come on a daily basis. They're not waiting for one fine day to happen. Every day, morning till night, so many things happen. They come, they pop up, one good thing, one negative, one somebody said something. Throughout the day, they become a trigger for our feelings, for our emotions. So meditation has to be a daily practice. It is not once in a blue moon. And meditation is not difficult. People think, oh, I have been trying, it is difficult. No, it is not difficult. It is doable if I follow the right method. It's a method, so I take that and I follow as is. If I follow meditation with the right method, 100% it is definitive that there is success in learning meditation and in doing it. So if I do not take out time for myself, I choose to do that because that is one tool that will go a long way, right? It is not that, okay, if I do meditation today, 10 years later I'll be good. No, right now, in this moment, I will first have that power. Then my future will follow afterwards. It's not that future will be good, one day I will become that. No, it will start from now, right? If I am changing now, I want to see results now. Otherwise, how will I even believe that it'll do it in future? Right? My thoughts, my feelings, my actions, all three has to be same, right? If my thought is like, no, I'm really good, my feelings are like, no, I'm really not good, and my actions are, I'm doing something that I really shouldn't be doing, and I know within, how will I believe in myself, right? I will not believe that I am doing the right thing. So my thoughts and feelings have to be aligned, and then when they're in action that is followed by that, it gives a higher conviction that this is my thought and feeling become aligned to themselves. And why is that important? That is important because when all three are aligned, my mind is at peace. My mind is stable. And when my mind is stable, I am able to find solutions. I am able to see through things. I'm able to, once I'm able to help myself, I can help others. But if there is a jumble of thoughts in my mind, I'm looking out for help. Okay, please help me. You do this, you do this. Is there someone who can help me? Who do I call? So for my mind to be stable, my feelings and my thoughts need to be in the same pattern. And if they are not, if my feeling is coming from a strong desire, right? A feeling could come from a strong desire of that this is what I want and it's not happening, so I'm angry, I'm frustrated. But I'm saying, no, I'm peaceful, I'm peaceful. It's not working because the strong desire is still held there, right? So I would have to let go. Okay, let go. I am a peaceful being. So then my feelings and my thought will align. So my alignment has to be there for them to be on the same page. If I say, no, I always speak the truth, but there's some strong feeling that comes that no, speaking the truth is not good. So don't speak the truth all the time. Something I need to do about that, to reflect on it, to see why I'm not able to speak the truth in those moments. What am I afraid of? What is there that's going to harm me? And for that, knowing my true identity, knowing my true self, sticking to my true identity is very, very, very important. So my thoughts are my asset, which I use for myself, my time. And one of the most important tools is meditation, through which when I sit, I cleanse my thoughts for that time and also for the entire day, making my feelings pure, thoughts and feelings pure, so that my actions change. Right? Actions will follow later. We are always focused on action. Just do it. That helps too. It's not there. But if I am not aware of what is the intent behind the action, if I am not aware what's motivating the action, I may just be doing it, but I may not be seeing the results. That's what we do. When we have relatives and we say, oh, we do so much for this person, I did this, we are constantly in the doing. We never see what is behind my doing. How is my feeling underneath, feeling behind it? What's my intent behind it? Am I just doing it because I have to show that I have to do it for them, or I'm doing it from my heart? Right? So then if I check the feeling or the intent behind it, then it's going to work, because then my mind is stable, my mind becomes clean. When I am at peace, then I'm able to send it out to my relationship. So if I am my emotional health, which is my mind and my feelings are at peace, I go to work with happiness, so I make good money, I'm not stressed out, so money follows. It projects into my relationships, so my relationships get better, and all areas of my life start to improve. But it starts from here. It does not start from outside in. And that I can only experience if I try it. Without trying, it's just, okay, I hear it. But when I try it and I see that when I am actually creating everything around myself, my life, so I can change my thoughts. And it's not I should be changing my thoughts. Right? So we have Brother Srinivas, and he's going to share an experience on investing in oneself. And I would like to call him, and he's going to share his experience. And then we'll go into meditation and then questions.
Shanti. Thank you, Nehaben. Explained very well. It is not outside, it is inside. You have to work on yourself, not on others. You cannot control others, but you can control yourself. You can be king of you can control your thoughts, and you can control your words, and you can control your actions. So the inner peace where we invest. Investing means that is something, in return we grow, that we can spend and we can spread. So one way is how we are taking, how we are disciplining the body. The same way disciplining the mind in a way that what we feed to our body, and how we discipline our routines, our time, how I spend my time. The way that we see, when we have our body health, the same way the inner health also important. One is through the body, and another is through the mind. Whatever the thoughts that are going on, and if I am expanding my thoughts into too many thoughts, and in going into the expansion, that is where the waste bombards, and that is where sometimes we feel stressed, sometimes we feel out of peace. So one thing important is to come into the essentialness from the expansion. Whatever is the essential, if I can limit my thoughts to the positive thoughts instead of letting them wander here and there, if I limit my thoughts to the wishful thoughts, positive thoughts, elevated thoughts, that is where I get the strength. That is where I save the time. That is where I feel strong. The same way, and the actions, positive actions always bring the positiveness. When we are with the relations and connections, whatever the relation I have with the self, the peaceful relation in my thoughts, in my actions, and in my words, in my feelings, as Neha explained, the feelings, the same feelings will vibrate. My state of mind will vibrate to the relations and connections and people around. That is how I can be an example. It is not that it is not about controlling someone or affected by others. It is that if I am in solitude, I am influential, not I am influenced. So another way is to start the day. The first investment, how we invest, is start the day with a elevated thought, positive thought, peaceful thought. Just when we get up, we take few minutes and go into the silence. Everything is okay. No worries. Or in that way, I'm protecting myself from any kind of unknown feelings settling in. So after the morning routine, another good thing is to journal. How I spent my day. How happy I am. How did I feel? Mindful. When I journal that, I'm just being aware of myself. Being aware, that brings me strength. Okay, this is good. This didn't go well. Like how a businessman looks at accounts. What is the loss? What is the profit? Or what is the loss? The same way, I'm aligning myself to the virtues, the happiness, peacefulness, loving, joyfulness. So how did I do with them? So that way the journaling will help us. The same way, taking pause, few minutes, here and there, while eating or while drinking. The same way, checking on our state of mind. That way, I protect myself unknowingly, getting carried with any kind of uneasiness or worry. So this way, we can work on practically. The another way is what we are accumulating inside. One beautiful slogan is see no evil. When we see something and we just are not aware, we're just watching it, and silently, that is seeping into the mind and intellect, and that is that way, I start carrying the heavy feelings. There's nothing there, but I start seeing that, worry. So one way is, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. The same way, there is another, think no evil. When I have the positive thoughts, when I have the strength, when I allow negativity, or when I allow, into the expansion, go into the expansion, at that time I am just, whatever comes in, I am getting influenced. Either, that our true wealth is, whatever we can give it to the others. If when we give it, if that increases, that is really a true wealth. One way the true wealth is, what I am giving. Am I giving am I happy around the people, and am I giving that goodness, good karma, or good way of being with the people? Then that is how, I spread the happiness and peace. And the more I spread, the more I give the regard, respect, and love, the more it grows. That way, the giving becomes an instrument to as protection for myself, and also it helps others. One way I protect myself from negativity is not looking at other weaknesses. If I look at weaknesses, and if I compare, even though I don't say anything, I do not have that respect or regard. So that way, that is becoming part of me. Instead of that, I start looking at their values, virtues, instead of weaknesses. That is how, I protect myself from them, and I grow, and I wish, and I spread, and I share the wealth I achieve. Thank you. Om Shanti. I invite back Neha Ben to conduct the meditation.
Om Shanti. Now, let us allow our minds to sit for the next few minutes let us listen to ourselves, and let us redirect and guide our own selves. I, the being that creates thoughts through the mind. Each and every thought is like my asset. And so I use those thoughts for my betterment. I take time out for myself. I create boundaries for myself without feeling guilty. I come out of any sort of denial that I might be in. And I very non-judgmentally look at my life as if it is playing on a projector screen in front of me. I see myself doing chores from morning till night, but I'm seeing as a detached person. And I realize that I'm not paying attention to my own thoughts. So, I am a wise being, a powerful being, a pure being. This is my truth. And I watch and observe what kind of thoughts pop up. I gently watch them and steer them towards faith. Faith in my truth, that I am a pure being. Any false perception that I picked up during my life for myself, maybe somebody said, maybe I spoke to myself multiple times. Very kindly and gently, I talk to myself. I am a pure and powerful being. This is my truth. Everything else that is trying to tell me something else is false. I stick to my truth. I, the being, the life in this body, am a pure and powerful being. The scenes in my life have come for my benefit. I have the power to face them, to solve them, to resolve them. I, the being, when I create positive thoughts, when I have faith in those scenes, I receive the power to face those scenes. My eternal parent, is truth. Is powerful. and is there for me to guide me, to walk me, is there to walk by me. I, with this faith that my thoughts are creating my life, and when these thoughts are positive, a positive life is created. My perception changes these thoughts. My perception about the scenes changes the outcome of those scenes in my life. So I choose to create a very, very, very positive perception for the scenes in my life. These scenes have come to open up my fortune. These scenes have come to nurture me, to make me more powerful, to bring me closer to my truth. They are beneficial to me. The people around me, everyone, the whole universe is there working in my favor, because I, with my eternal parent, follow the path of truth. The path of cleansing my own self. Which guides me and takes me on this path, clearing any obstructions automatically for me. I am a pure and powerful being of light. My true nature is having clean and pure thoughts. I choose to see the goodness in everyone around me. I spread the rays of power and purity around me, first to the body, my own body, and then in the atmosphere to people around me. I am a pure and a powerful being. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. Om Shanti. Then we'll have the next session next week. Om Shanti. Good night. Thank you, Brother Srinivas. That was